Moves up now to the outside barrier. And we're just about ready for the first of the day. There's the light. Stand by for action. Big Day's racing ahead. Run a good four with the rail out 7 metres. Racing here in the Midway. The well-supported Phillipsburg was last out of the gates. Loving Silla back there as well. Satnus jumped well. Socrates and the white cap going forward, along with Oakfield Red Garmer. And deeper out is Patrika Miss. Back rower goes into 5th position early in front of Electrica there. Go Troppo not too far from the action. And oh golly gosh, Cast Deep getting back. Further back to Phillipsburg going up the inside of Miss Cuva. And the last two, Three Wise Men on the outside of Loving Silla. They find their spots and the Wyong mare, Oakfield Red Gum shows the way. Shoots 2.5 in front. 2 Patrika Mist and Satnus third the rails. Length and a half then to Socrates from back row. Electrica the favourite is midfield. In advance there of Go Troppo at this point. Oh golly gosh is cast wide. Then Phillipsburg back on the rails. Well back as Three Wise Men from Miss Cuva, who strung up between runners. Loving Silla's back last of all. So Wakefield Red Gummer first trip to town shows the way by length. Patrika Miss goes to second now on the outside of Satnus. Then came Socrates, back row's been wide. Further back to Electrica taking a rails runner from Oh Golly Gosh, Go Troppo, Phillipsburg as they come around the turn. And it goes full bore now. Hieronymus and Oakfield Red Gum coming up the rise, allowing Satnus to pop off the fence. Patrika Mist has had enough, followed by back row running on. Electrica trying to angle into the clear, almost there now. Yes, into the clear Electrica, giving chase to Satnus, back row of the outside. It's Satnus being tackled by Electrica. Electrica, Satnus. Back row of the outside. Satnus won't lie down. Satnus kicks, wins. Satnus fended off Electrica to win it. Loving Silla's gone up the inside to run third in front of back rower. They're followed then by Oakfield Red Gum from Phillipsburg, Patrika Mist. None of the back markers got into it. Socrates, oh golly gosh. Three Wise Men, Go Troppo. Miss Cuva's finished near last.
Well done, Luke. A nice, tough win by Satnus and great for Brock.
Yeah, great for Brock. He gave it a lovely ride, drew the nice barrier to get the soft run. Full credit to the horse. He's just so tough. He's been in work for a long time. We gave him 3-4 days off after Rose Hill the other week, and he didn't like the paddock at all. So we said, come back in, mate. And there's a race on Golden Eagle Day, the 4 Pillars. It might really suit him. Whether I can keep him up for that much longer, but we've got the farm there. We can send him down the farm for a few days in between, and it could be a good goal.
He'll tell you.
He'll tell us, that's right.
Well done.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Well done, Brocky. How good's that, mate? Back in the winner's circle at Randwick.
Yeah, beautiful. Been having some good luck for the boys since I've been back, and 5 months out of the saddle's a long time, so sorry if I'm blowing a bit.
Everything seemed to go your way. Set outside lead, it was good.
Yeah, no, it was good. They put on a good clip early, and I was started to get up on the bridle at the top of the straight, and I was able to just get off the leader's heels and work into it when I wanted to. And he was game late. I felt vulnerable at the 100, but once that horse got to me, he found again.
Welcome back, mate.
Thank you.
Is now linking in, so they're locked and loaded. Light is on for the Tab Highway. Ready now, they're off and racing, and Iron Will left the gates well together with Star of Kings being sent forward, and once again My Girl is right up there on the firing line along with Iron Will. So Iron Will got to the fence from once again My Girl. Extra Flash third, Star of Kings fourth out deep. A gap then to Field the Night from Debussy. Derry Grove in the first half of the field in a slightly wider position, followed by Super Extremes. Aru's out deep, followed by Solire. Well back Iron Class as well. Smoke Show, Sharp Shock as they come around the corner now. Iron Will on the inside. Once again My Girl. Star of Kings 3 out. Feel the Night back on the inside, followed by Debussy, and now Derry Grove is starting to chime in. Nash has a move to muscle here on Derry Grove. It moved up out wide. Once again My Girl's asked to go, but Derry Grove the outside raced a half, 3/4 in front to once again My Girl. Well clear of the rest. There's 3 in a row for Derry Grove, and just the Cosy Oscar to go. Won it by a length and a half. Once again My Girl second, then Extra Flash, Sharp Shock hit the line well, followed by Iron Will, then Solire Feel the Night Super Extreme. Further back to Smoke Show, Iron Class, Zaru had a tough run, and Debussy with Divine Sinner amongst the tail enders.
Holly Julius representing Matt Dunn. That was a win and just confirmed that he's not going to be out of place in a Kosciuszko.
Yeah, that's it. We're a bit querying on the good track today, and we're glad he got through it. And yeah, it's a very good day, and he's fit and ready for the Kosciuszko.
So that'll be it now. You're a month out, but that's all he needs to do apart from work at home?
Yeah, that's it. We'll sit on him now and look after him, take him home, make sure he's looking good and happy, and yeah, we'll sit on him here.
What did the stable think coming here today on that firmer surface and back 100 metres? Obviously it was a lead up to the Kosciuszko, but did you still think he could win impressively?
I'd say we were hoping he could win. That was the biggest thing, but yeah, bringing it back 200 metres, even just getting a place, we knew his grand final was in 4 weeks, so yeah, we're just happy that he did get the win.
Have you got that bloke booked?
Yeah.
Nash Ruler?
Yeah, Nash is booked.
You won't get him off now?
Definitely not.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Nash. He was impressive the other fortnight, but how impressive was he today?
Yeah, well, look, he's, full credit to the team. He's obviously had issues throughout his career, but he's just in a rich vein of form, and I think he's building confidence as he goes. Today was just trying to think of the right word for it, but it was just
walk in the park.
Yeah, it was just like a gallop for him at Moreland, wasn't it? And I think that's good because look, he's a horse that, to me, feels like you're just always on tender hooks with him. The switch could flick any time, and he could have had enough. So, he's got a month to keep improving and at least sort of hold that same rich vein of form. Get to the 1200, which doesn't worry me, and he's going to be very competitive.
Well done, mate.
Well done. Cheers.
Ready to go, the Shootout mile. Light is on. Straight ace of the favourite. In front of Gonchurin. Gates are back, they're off. Mission Phoenix jumped out well. Was a little awkward out of the gates, but landed in front of Mystery Shot and Kiss the Bride being sent forward. Gonchurin parks fourth on the inside of Caprice de Dieu. Straight Ace have been taken back, and Pesto is going to settle last of all. Mystery Shot races to a narrow lead. Kiss the Bride's coursing very wide, travelling pretty strongly in the blinkers. Mission Phoenix buries down on the inside, and Caprice de Dieu in fourth position between runners, just easing back a little bit. Gonchurin's next towards the inside, and an early gap to Pesto and Straight Ace as Kiss the Bride has taken to the front now. Josh Parr got there with the blinkers on today, and Kiss the Bride led by a length. Really dropped anchor, and Caprice de Dieu quickly whipped up on the outside. Mystery Shot will get some cover now on the outside of Mission Phoenix. Further back to Gonchurin Pesto, and the favourite Straight Ace is last of all, 6 lengths off the lead. Kiss the Bride shows the way by a half length on Caprice de Dieu. They're followed then by Mystery Shot on the outside of Mission Phoenix. Further back to Gonchurin on the outside of Pesto, and now Straight Ace are just peeling a little bit deeper there. Collett's trying to get him to the outside. Into the straight, Kiss the Bride leads. Now revved up into the straight. Kiss the Bride in front from Caprice de Dieu. Mission Phoenix tight for Roon. Then Mystery Shot, Gonchurin, and Straight Ace are starting to sprint, and sprint hard down the outside. The favourites come from last and quickly put a 2-length gap on them. Straight Ace are drifting in towards the rails with a big lead from Mission Phoenix, Mystery Shot and Gonchurin, and Straight Ace are knocking off late. Will go back to back. Straight Ace are just from Mission Phoenix. I think Gonchurin third. Late on the scene was Pesto with Mystery Shot between runners. Further back, Kiss the Bride, and Caprice de Dieu hasn't let down on the firm track. He's finished last.
Well done, Ed. You hinted to us in an interview going back some time that you thought this horse could go through the grades, and he's showing it now.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's sort of strange little race. Obviously, queries about this horse at 1600 today, and we did feel like with the diminishing field coming into this morning, that the pace would obviously be quite tactical, and if it did steady, it would probably suit him. Taking that next step to a mile, obviously an awkward draw. Jason had to ride him very confidently back in the pack and just bank on that turn of foot that we know is developing every start. So full marks to Jason. The horse just continues to please everyone at the stable, and he's doing a great job for us.
It was nurse, then sprint, and then take hold right on the line. He really looked after him in that last little bit.
Yeah, look, for sure. And we did get hit pretty hard by the handicapper after his last one, so maybe Jason had a half a mind to keep him, cool his jets.
Benchmark 88 today. What do you think about next?
Probably don't mind the idea of freshen and back to 1300 here for a Silver Eagle. We're conscious that the horse is having his 5th start today, and whilst he's still on the way up, there's bigger fish to fry too. So that might not be the case. We might not decide to take that avenue, but we're early enough in the season and the carnival now to have a few options for us.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good on you.
Congratulations, Jace. Gee, this horse is impressive. Like, even to look at, he's still not there yet, and his racing style. I love the way that he puts him away so quick.
Yeah, you're right, Corey. He's still quite raw for a horse that's had he's had a few starts now, and he's definitely grown in confidence. His turn of foot was pretty electric today. He put them away, very easily. But like you said, he still does a few things wrong, but a lot of potential.
Like today was a mile, a little bit of a question mark. How far will he go?
Well, distance, we'll be staying around this trip, I'd say, this prep. In time, maybe further, but he's still just, like I said, he's still a bit of a baby upstairs, and still learning.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Following this, our features start here at Royal Randwick.
Loaded now, and we're ready to go on the Nick Moraitis Trophy. 1,400 metres, they're off and racing, and Wizard of Oz hopped out of the gates well. Cheerful Legend didn't. It's the one out the back. Now Ivan Zero showing a bit of muster together with Bazooka as Wizard of Oz is trying to clear the pair. Super Razi in the pink is up running 4th in advance of May Rose, and Gringotts the heavily back favourite. Camped right behind the leading division, followed then by Altivo on the inside of Osbred Flirt. Couple further back then to Super Pursuit on the outside of Holy Mans. Strong Bus back on the rails is third last from Green Shadows firing up a bit, and Cheerful Legend getting keen. Settled back last of all, so Wizard of Oz was able to clear the field and leads by 3 lengths and Ivan Zero. Bazooka in third, followed by Super Razi. They're followed then by May Rose on the inside of the favourite Gringotts. Super Pursuit's having a really tough run out 3 wide from Altivo. Osbred Flirt cluttered up between runners. Green Shadow gets going 3 wide, getting a cart into it, followed by Holy Man, shuffle back from Strong Bus and Cheerful Legend. Wizard of Oz at the 400 metres, 2 lengths clear from Ivan Zero. Super Razi. Gringotts running on really well. Then Super Pursuit for the back. Bazooka. Osbred Flirt looking for a gap between them. May Rose as well. Ivan Zero went up to Wizard of Oz. Osbred Flirt getting a gap between them. Wide out Gringotts and Super Pursuit. Osbred Flirt in the middle, trying to fend them all off, and Osbred Flirt goes home to win it. Beat Ivan Zero. I think Super Razi third or Super Pursuit. Then Gringotts got its chance. Further back to Strong Bus from May Rose. Then Altivo, Wizard of Oz, further back to Holy Man's, Bazooka, Cheerful Legend and Green Shadows.
Well done, Brad. Lovely when a plan comes together.
Yeah, look, it's full credit, great ride by Tyler. I was a little bit worried there when she was on the inside, but she weaved through, and she's gained a bit of maturity now, so it's great.
How do you nurse them through that period after they have a bleed? Do you do anything different when you bring them back, getting them ready to race again?
No, we've just got to keep a good eye on them, obviously. And look, she's never shown a sign of it, and to get her back, and she's always shown a heap of talent, and to see her do that, it's fantastic.
She really wanted it today. You could see that gap appearing, and she relished the chance to go through.
Well, yeah, look, it was a big effort, and look, it's just great to see her win.
Congratulations, Tyler. Really nice effort first up. Great ride.
Thank you. Brad's done a great job with her to bring her back from a little setback of a bleed, and they don't usually come back too good, but she's a real trier, and to see her come back and take all the gaps, especially first up over 14. Brad's done a great job getting her here fit enough, and the horse has done a terrific job to get through there and win.
Well done, bud.
Thank you.
And that'll leave Manzois. Here we go. The James Squire Kingston Town Stakes.
Big field here for the Kingston Town Stakes. Just Fine is the clear race favourite. Ready and racing now. Major Build jumped well, so did Skylab, and Knight's Order being reined up early. Just Fine's coming across with it. Kimura pushed up on the fence, holding a very forward roll early. Clear from Montefilia. Benno's got a handy spot. King Frankel's being reined up to improve his position. Navajo Peak on his coattails. Further back then to Alabir from Bold Mac, sitting back on the inside of Skylab, and the last two protagonists, and Manzois. So Knight's Order came across to lead, and the stablemate in favourite Just Fine got across with him and sits a half length away. King Frankel couldn't find a spot in. He's cast 3 deep in the early part, followed by Major Beale, just holding his position on the outside of Kimura. 2 lengths further back in the field, then to Benno in advance of Montefilia. Then came Navajo Peak, 1.5 lengths to Alabir. Then Skylab from Bold Mac protagonist. And Manzois last about 14 lengths off the lead. So it's Knight's Order at the 1,000 metres, leading the way by 3/4 to Just Fine. King Frankel covering ground the run. Then Kimura. Major Bill well positioned 5th. 1.5 lengths then to the Wyong Cup winner, the Grey Benno, in advance of Montefilia. Further back to the last start winner, Navajo Peak from Alabir. Skylab being nudged along now from Bold Mac protagonist, and Manzois will have to come from last to beat them here in the Kingston Town. King Frankel putting some pepper into the race of the 600 metres. Moved up on the outside of Knight's Order and Just Fine. There's 3 of them battling it out now, with Benno going to 3rd. Major Bill being pushed along in 5th. Montefilia is pulling to the outside, starting to hit the line well. Just Fine now made the move inside the 400 metres, and Just Fine taken to the front by Bayless, and now he winds it up. Benno, Montefilia chasing, so's Major Bill back towards the inside, but Just Fine inside the 200 is going boldly. Just Fine from Benno, Montefilia. They can't get there. Just Fine, the European import's going to go back to back and does it in style again. Benno kicked on well for second in front of Montefilia, followed in by protagonist. Then came Major Bill. Skylab Alabir next from Navajo Peak. Further back to Knight's Order. He got very tired from Bold Mac, Manzois and King Frankel, and Kimura weakened right out of it. Good horse, the winner.
Congratulations, you are dealing with a very nice horse.
Yeah, certainly looks that way. Very, very impressive. Obviously it was a great performance on debut here over the mile. Gave an indication that we thought he'd sort of do that going over a little bit further as well. But to do it up in this grade with the sort of the pressure and the shape of the race, the way it worked out, and to win in that fashion, certainly some really encouraging signs. 2
great runs now in Australia, and he's $4 favourite for the Metrop. He's really burst onto the scene quickly. Yeah, he's made a huge statement in just his 2 starts. Obviously very, very nice progressive horse, so a lot of upside there. As I said, the manner in which he won today off, the pressure a long way from home, and to quicken off that the way he did, certainly looks to be well above average for us. And you'd like to hope that just 2 weeks he'll be even better in the Metropolitan. After 2 runs, surely he gets better.
Look, he was nice and forward for his first up run, but I think just that natural sort of improvement under the conditions here in Australia, he's still open a little bit more.
His Majesty will be rueing the fact that he let this one go.
Yeah, well, look, it's I'm sure it'll give them a lot of satisfaction, sort of having had the previous connection. Hopefully entices them to race some more horses down here themselves.
With Gay and Adrian.
That'll be great.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations, Reed. You're cooking with gas there, mate.
Mate, he's a very serious horse, and he'll still get him well with the handicaps, but I think eventually he'll be a weight for age stayer here in Australia, and the best is yet to come.
He's a little bit above himself today compared to the other day. He seemed to walk out in the yard. He was a touch above himself.
Brownie had a few things against him. As you said, he knew what he was here for today. Up on his toes, never really was able to take a breath. Still got into a good rhythm, but he got attacked from the half mile, and that set him alight. And to his credit, he was still able to knuckle down and win very well.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Rider getting seated again. Light still blinking. So 'tis Invincible favourite, and they're off now on the Tea Rose. Nantucket Island was last out with Private Legacy, and Tropical Squall bounded out of the gate sharply together with Miss Jolene, and Autumn Ballet's jumped a lot better today, and she moves into second spot from Miss Jolene. The second favourite, Komochi, up on the outside of the favourite, 'tis Invincible. So all the main plays are up there early. In advance of Zardozi, then came August Bloom from Mumbai Muse, Private Legacy, the rails. A length into Summer Loving, clear from Unique Ambition, French Endeavour. Further back to Nantucket Island, railing through inside Tutar Levita. Platinum Jubilee's out wide, and 2 lengths away to Captain Amelia. Tropical Squall at a pretty steady tempo leads here from Miss Jolene, and Komochi goes to third in a 3-wide position. Autumn Ballet fourth, the fence, a length off to 'tis Invincible. Just being babysat there by August Bloom, the outside. Zardozi back on the rails, then came Mumbai Muse and Summer Loving as they turn, and Tropical Squall ups the ante now. The stablemate Autumn Ballet's off the fence giving chase. Komochi still there. Up on the inside now, 'tis Invincible. In restricted room, it's Tropical Squall just the leader. 'Tis Invincible off the fence. Komochi the outside. It's game on in the Tea Rose, and 'tis Invincible takes the lead from Komochi. 'Tis Invincible 2 lengths clear from Komochi. Tropical Squall, and 'tis Invincible makes it 3 out of 3 this preparation. A dominant win over Komochi. Tropical Squall third there in the Tea Rose. A gap back to the rest. French Endeavour, Private Legacy hitting the line well, getting ready for a mile. Then Summer Loving, further back to Autumn Ballet, Captain Amelia, Miss Jolene, August Bloom, Unique Ambition, Mumbai Muse, Zardozi, Platinum Jubilee, and the roughie Nantucket Island was last in.
Well, Kieran, congratulations, and it looks as though she's even better at 1400.
You can see she's still coming in the coat, and she's running better every time she goes to the races. Like, she's relaxing a little bit better. Zach's beautiful ride, and she even had a more explosive turn of foot today. So she couldn't be any more exciting, really.
Yeah, you must be looking forward to the mile of the Flight Stakes now.
Yeah, well, it was a bit of a test today, to up to the 14 to get her to relax. She had been a little bit keen in the mid stages, but she relaxed beautifully, and really looking forward to the flight now.
She's had a bit of hype about her early days before she had her first start.
Yeah, no, she did. She always shown us plenty, and I think she's got so much in front of her. Even like, I suppose she's doing what she's doing now, but she's still got so much developing to do. I think there's a hell of a lot in front of her.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you then.
Well done, Zacko. A little bit frustrating earlier in the day, but good to see that one come on.
Yeah, geez, it's been a very roller coaster day.
Character building.
Character building, that's a good way to put it. But very happy to have these opportunities on these very good horses, and she was ultra impressive today. She's done that with ease.
Does she feel like she's got upside? Because looking at her, she's still not there in the coat yet.
Yeah, most definitely. That's the scary bit. Like, she's a bit fractious in the gate. She doesn't begin clean, so you have to ask her. I think she's a fraction on the bridle, whereas today she was much better. And, it was a bit messy early, a bit of scrimmaging, but she handled herself very well, and that accounted for that electric turn of foot that got me out of trouble.
The mile won't be a problem?
Pardon?
The mile won't be a problem?
I don't think so. The way she relaxed today gave me a lot of confidence for the mile.
Well done, bud.
Thank you.
And Zaki is the favourite. Chad Schofield in the saddle today. And Zaki, the $3 favourite. Light on for the 7 stakes. They're off and racing. And there's a nice line out. Zarex jumped well together with the favourite Zaki. Going Global's very handy on the rails, and Hinge being sent forward wide out. Think It Over drops in 4th in front of Zarex. Further back to My Oberon on the inside of Huya Mal Diamond, and Arapahoe's very wide out. Fangirl's gone down to the rails to sit on the inside of Fireburn. Going Global goes along at a strong speed. Leads the favourite Zaki up by 2.5 lengths. Hinge races to 3rd in advance of Think It Over. Then Zarex from My Oberon. 2 lengths further back to Huya Mal, being partnered by Diamond. Further back in the field, Arapahoe just a touch keen on the outside of Fangirl. She's improving along the rails, Fangirl, but well off the lead, and Fireburn sees them all. So Going Global, the American mare, leads at the 800 metres by 2 lengths on the favourite Zaki. Hinged into a clear 3rd. Then Think It Over in 4th on the rails from Zarex. Further back to My Oberon, then came Diamond. Hieronymus puts Huya Mal into a 3-wide position to creep closer. Fangirl all cluttered up on the fence from Arapahoe, and Fireburn's last of all. Going Global at the 500 metres, coasting along in the lead by a length on Zaki. 2 lengths away then to Think It Over, starting to come into the race. Nash about to come off heels, hasn't done so yet. Then Zarex, My Oberon's creeping into the race, but Zaki, Chad Schofield said go. Zaki races 2 lengths clear. Think It Over, now he gets off heels. It's Zaki a length in front. Think It Over's coming. Zaki in front. Think It Over being lifted by Nash. Yes, got up. Think It Over, nailed Zaki right on the line. I think My Oberon 3rd from Zarex, Huya Mal and Fangirl. Then Going Global, Fireburn, Diamond and Arapahoe.
Kerry Parker, the proudest man on this racecourse.
Oh, no doubt at all. You know, just absolutely sensational to, everything that's gone into this bloke. Like I say, it wasn't just me, it's everyone that's been involved from my staff, Tim Boland's staff up at Wyong and everything. It's from farriers to float drivers to vets. It's been a lot of work, and just absolutely thrilled to see that today.
How gutted were you when you first realised he was injured?
I don't think I could say that on TV. I think like anybody, you just from a tendon, it's a scary move from there to think you're coming back, and to watch that today was just sensational.
What's the process? Is it all about nursing him back so that he can get back and his legs are good again?
Oh, no doubt at all. Like everything was done that could be done, and it was just up to the horse. Like I say, when it first happened, I had the conversation with Richard Johnson there about, look, if he doesn't come back, at least he goes out on top, being a Queen Elizabeth winner. But it was always going to be no risk to him, to the horse. It was always he had to be right for us to come back to the races, and he's just kept ticking the boxes along the way.
So during that process, did you ever think that you had him back, or would you never know until you got him back to the races?
No, you never know until you get back. I don't imagine. Everything along the way was really good. Every process, every step, it was just done correct, and everything was ticked off along the way. So never had hesitation through it all, which is what you need. It was all good. It was all forward. You just a long time coming. You had to be patient and just go through everything, and that's where we've ended up today.
So a long time coming, all through that process. Did you give yourself a chance to dream a little bit how this day would feel?
No. You just wait. I started feeling how this would feel once we got back and he'd had his first up run, and he pulled up 100% off that, and everything was rosy, so to speak. And from there it was, it'd be good to get him home with one now. If we can win one of these decent races, it's all been worth it.
Well, you got one, you might have more.
Well,
so what is next? Is there one before the King Charles?
No, he'll have 4 weeks now and come into the King Charles nice and fresh. The plan was always to give him these 3 runs, make sure we got his fitness up, and then it was just a matter of if he can go into the King Charles on nice fresh legs, that'd be super.
Congratulations.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Well done, Nasha. How proud of you are this horse?
Oh, very proud. He just that was just a gallant performance. I mean, I just sort of really relied on the horse's ability and his will to win, and I was reluctant to come out from behind him because I sort of thought, well, it's still running at the time. I can't really. It's no good trying to come out and attack it now because it's still going 100 mile an hour. So I just sort of waited till I sensed that it was either starting to wait for us or feel the pinch, and as soon as I showed my bloke that bit of daylight, he wasn't laying down. He just attacked the line. It was just, for a horse that's come from where he has, to pull out a finish like that is just unbelievable.
Well done, buddy.
Cheers.
In goes Athelrick. Here's the shorts.
Ready to go. Racing now on the shorts. Athelrick wide out began particularly well. So did Overpass on the rails. Remark bounced well. So did Hawaii 5-0. Private Eyes jumped well, but drifting back into fifth position now. They're followed then by In Secret, lost and running out deep from Ruthless Dame. Further back to Buenos Noches on the rails. And the roughies rocketing by and Casino Lord back last of all. Josh Parr's got the front and Overpass by 3/4 to Athelrick. Remark very well positioned third. A length then to Hawaii 5-0. Private Eye seeing plenty of daylight. So's lost and running. Buenos Noches back on the rails from In Secret. A bit cluttered up coming to the turn from Ruthless Dame. Marzu well back from Rocketing Buying Casino Lords last of all. 3:75 to go. Overpass in front from Athelrick. Private Eye on the outside of Hawaii 5-0. Remarks trying to come off the fence. Inside the 200 Overpass still the leader. Boy, Private Eye, he's still coming the outside. Overpass from Private Eye. Buenos Noches late on the scene. Private Eye going to Overpass. Bob of the head. Private Eye, I'd say, he's got there. Give it to Private Eye. A half head to Overpass. Buenos Noches charging into third. Then came Remark from In Secret. Further back, Hawaii 5-0 rocketing by. Then came Casino Lord, lost and running. Ruthless Dame and Marzu.
Well done, Nash. You said goodbye to Eduardo and said, righto, Private Eye, let's go.
Emotional day, isn't it? Yeah, great to see Ticket Over back and see another old champ leave, but yeah, God bless you. Thanks to my manager and same with Joe, like the writing was on the wall there a month ago that may not necessarily have an average ride, and look, he said if something happens and Eduardo's not there for us, you can ride this bloke, and it's just I knew he'd come good for us at the right time. He's just a magnificent horse.
What about his win? Like, he was basically 3 deep pretty much the whole trip, facing the breeze, but to have the audacity to pick him up and get him to the line like that.
Yeah, well, look, I had Hawaii 5-0 sort of in front of me. He didn't want to go to the fence, and I thought I'd been riding all right today, but yeah, look, that sort of took the race out of our control a little bit. I've just had to try and get the horse to travel in the right, frame of mind, and he did that, and the way he quickened up coming over the rise, it was going to be very, very hard to beat, even though the full credit the second horse had fought on bloody strong.
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Okay, Joe Pry, congratulations. You might very well be looking at 2 runners in the Everest.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. And there's, that's 4 weeks away, and we've got a little bit of work to do between now and then. But this was already a horse who's been on that stage before and performed. So, as I said, sort of going into this week, I was pretty relaxed about it. If he's going good enough, he'll be there, and I believe he'll be in that field. How that's going to take place over the next few weeks, we'll have a think about that in terms of his preparation. But just so good to see him come back and, find that level that he was at last spring.
There was a breath of relief there.
Yeah, there is, and he looked like he was pretty tired that last 100. And he's pretty burly still. He's a very good fresh horse, but he's got good improvement to come. And I would say the horse that'll turn up here in 4 weeks' time will be 2 or 3 lengths better than that.
How many sports can a trainer and a jockey, well, obviously there's only one sport with a jockey, but how many sports can you farewell one champ and then 5 minutes later another horse emerges?
Well, I'm hoping I'm back here to give him 2 weeks' time with one that, I don't know, everyone keeps telling me he's better than this horse. We'll see.
What do you think?
I'm always supporting the underdog, and I'm a bit of a Team Spade man, but that other horse is amazing, so I just want one of them to win.
So think about it here next Saturday.
No, 2 weeks away.
2 weeks, sorry.
Yeah. And whether or not I clash them, I'm not sure. And it's not about whether I'm not worried about clashing them. I just got to do the right thing by private eye, and I'll have a think about that.
He may not need one.
That's right, yeah. And it's just about the best way to get him there. And the way he pulls up over the next week will tell me a lot about that.
Well done today.
Thank you.
Converge getting a towel down now. He has been given a really good warm-up behind the start. So Converge, the favourite, goes in. My Whisper ready. And they're locked and loaded for the running of the Bill Richie. Stand by, racing now. There's a great line out. Tamer Lane jumped well, has the head in front early. Redina's going to use the low draw to move up into second spot. Wild Planet deeper out. Political Debate's handy and Converge is pretty handy as well as Tamer Lane's going to cross to the lead. In the second half of the field, Cuban Real's there on the fence on the inside of Irish Songs. My Whisper's caught deep. Further back then to the Fortune Teller from Mayo. Barbie's Fox and Valencia is back in the field in a wide position. So Tamer Lane got the front. Doing it pretty easily at this point from Wild Planet. Redina well positioned third and Converge is well positioned fourth. One out, one back. 2 lengths further back then to Cuban Real and the inside of Political Debate. Further back to Irish Songs from My Whisper. Well back is the Fortune Teller from Mayo. Barbie's Fox and Valencia's last of all. Racing held up. Coming to the turn, Tamer Lane in front from Wild Planet. Redina in a stalking position. A length and a half further back to Converge and Cuban Real as they come up the rise now. It's Tamer Lane being tested here by Wild Planet. Redina got tight for room, so Converge got going. Wild Planet pouring the pressure onto Tamer Lane. Redina has shoved its way out the fence to give chase, put Converge out of play, and Redina takes the lead at the 150 and has drawn clear. Redina 2 lengths in front. Cuban Real's charging home. Redina's going to win the Bill Richie. Cuban Real second, Wild Planet third. Followed by either Tamer Lane or Converge for fourth. Further back to Arameo, Barbie's Fox, Valencia making some ground. Further back, Political Debate, the Fortune Teller and My Whisper.
Well done, Chris. Bill Richie doubled twice before with Boban and Colding. Do you think Redina might be a horse who could win an Epsom?
Well, it was a good start today. He's quite an unassuming horse at home. Doesn't enthuse you with confidence, right. But he trialled really well, and I think there was some form out of that trial earlier on today. But gee, he was given a perfect ride from Kathy, pushed his way out, and he won like a good horse. So he did a great job at the end of the autumn, including winning in Queensland, a group race. So he's come back well, and who knows whether it's the Epsom or whether it's the Alan Brown the following week.
Okay,
$1.5 million, 1400 metre race, I think, at Rose Hill. So I guess weigh up where he fits in with our others and make sure Kathy's available.
You've got plenty to choose from.
There's
that many races on?
Yeah, everything's coming together slowly, but it's an amazing spring. I've just never seen anything like it. There's so many choices and getting them all right. I'm sure it'll all work its way out, and I think racing's the winner. Thanks.
Congratulations, Kathy. That was good. Set up well.
Yeah, it's perfect. He travelled lovely just behind the pace and had a very good turn of foot when I got him to the outside. I sort of keen to follow the leader. I thought it'd kick a bit better than it did, but anyway, he had a really good turn of foot, and if they want to go that way, he'd make a lovely lightweight ride in an Epsom.
You ride 50?
I can definitely ride 50.
Good luck, well done.
Thank you.
Starter about to let the big field go. Racing now. Now, the favourite Kaboo has jumped out fairly well, starting to muster now. Pioneer River's banged there with Atmosphere. Casablanca actually jumped well wide out. Will settle fourth now from Coyote, then Promido, further back Cote on the rails. 2 lengths further back to Dallalat midfield in front of Dalcini, Estero deeper out. They're followed then by Hell I Am from Dynamic Impact, Bizarro, and Brosnan sees them all. Pioneer River dashes to a clear lead now by 2 lengths on the favourite Kaboo. 3 lengths away to Atmosphere. Cote fourth the fence, Casablanca handy in fifth. 2 further back to Promido on the rails from Coyote. Then came Estero, Dallalat, Dalcini on the rails. Brosnan gives away a big start. Pioneer River swings in front by 2 lengths on Kaboo. Being cuddled for the moment. Pioneer River being challenged now by Kaboo. 3 lengths away to Casablanca hitting top gear. And further back to Cote. Inside the 200, Kaboo takes the lead. Casablanca is breathing down his neck. It's Kaboo a length in front of Casablanca. Kaboo, Casablanca, Kaboo clinging on from Casablanca. I think Kaboo, just Kaboo by a half head to Casablanca. Coyote third, followed then by Pioneer River, Dalcini, Dynamic Impact, Promido. Further back, Dallalat from Estero, Dalcini, Atmosphere, Brosnan. And is that Cote pulling up last? Yes.
Official barrier trials are coming up on Monday, and I remember he was there at the official barrier trials a couple of years ago, wasn't he?
He was indeed.
Yeah.
So the early potential was shown then. Sort of taken a little while to get us to, I think, achieve that full potential yet. Still got a long way to go, and he's going to improve over a bit further. But sort of been a bit of a checkered path to get here. But he's a very talented horse on his day, and I thought it was a very satisfying win today.
We may be looking back on that as a very strong race, given the second horse, third horse.
I think so. It certainly wasn't an easy task coming here today, and I think he'll be better over a little bit further. I didn't mind the shape of the race there, though. They were running along early. I thought that would sort of just help his endurance there. He's in a nice spot chasing a hot speed, but just being first up, that probably just made him a little bit vulnerable late. But he, fortunately, had enough to hang on.
What did you think of Hawaii 5-0 earlier?
Excellent. Really, really pleased with him. I think he's right on target. We. Every intention of pushing on to an Everest off the back of what we saw today. Wanted to see a run like that. He's open to a lot of improvement, I feel. 1,200 metres is only going to be better suited next start in the Premier Stakes, and a high pressure of the Everest over 1,200 should be sort of right up his alley. So very keen on him off the back of what we saw today.
Okay, that's a very positive outcome. Yeah, well done today.
Thanks very much.
There's Regan Bayliss, winning jockey, is about to talk to Corey Brown.
Well done, Reed. What a tough effort to chase hot speed like that and still have the audacity to chase a line.
Yeah, for sure, and he's not nearly wound up yet. He's going to improve with each run into his preparation. As I've said before, Brown, he's a miler, so he's at his top the whole way, over 1,200, but I knew class would take him a long way today, and I've got a lot of respect for the second horse, and he fended him off nicely.
It was a big effort. He chased hot speed and you probably got there a little bit soon. You think he'd be a little bit more vulnerable through the line, but he was just tough.
Just tough, exactly right. Like I thought he'd be vulnerable that last little bit, and he pinned his ears back and had a crack, and he's only going to keep getting better as he goes on with his preparation.
What's the sling going to be like?
Hot dinner.
Bring your own.
6